What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Final Fantasy. We'll go search Mid's dungeon, see if we can find these letters from Sid. Help us get the Enterprise up and running. We gotta go get Jill back, although... Mine I called last episode. As soon as they showed her petting Torgal, I knew it was over. I knew she was gonna get her last episode. That pet with Torgal saying, look after Clyde. Or Clyde? Clive.
If Amber...
That's how I knew shit was about to go down.
Do you think
They don't show you things like that unless it's going to be a goodbye.
This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. But you'll already have read it. I'd better keep looking. What do we have here? Oh. Sid's pipes. Something tells me Mid won't be needing these.
Take him just in case. Never know if you'll run into a smoke him if you got him kind of situation.
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. I wonder if it was Mid's.
I would say for sure he doesn't strike me as the doll type.
Huh. What's this tucked inside it?
Midadol. I know you like your riddles, so I reckon you'll appreciate this one. Of all my inventions, this one's the best, and so in choosing its place of rest, I recalled your opus, daughter dearest, and now it sleeps there in the first. I'm going to have to work on that last rhyme. Good luck, Sid.
Sid's best invention. Huh. That sounds promising. So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus. What would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
Seems like he might be the man with the answers. I will probably go take care of some of those hunts if we can travel around after we talk to Otto. We got some new ones up on the board. Yeah, I might just try and clear them all out this episode, actually.
Well, did you find anything? Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first opus was?
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the Hideaway were hidden one time or another.
Sounds like they had a decent relationship. I wonder who her mother is. He was in love with Benedicta before, right? Wouldn't that be a twist?
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
You're very convincing.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't.
Well, something just dropped out of it like a vending machine.
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope. Nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons. Like this. See?
All too well. All right, out of the way. tripping cord on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yeah, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah, new music!
Huh. Never heard this one before.
They started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of.
Sounds promising.
Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well.
Indeed.
The ship
Let's see
was
if we
their
can make
dream.
some dreams come true.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye. Lose a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left.
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after him?
No. We're not the Prince's keepers. He's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are nowhere near healed. Much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask me when I get back.
Ask
No,
me
I
when
may
I
need some
continue
time.
to not rest.
Then at least try to stay safe.
You know about Dion leaving, we could have used Bahamut.
And if that fails, try to stay alive,
Even though we snatched most of his power, if he can still prime like Kupka did. Bahamut,
Every moment I
Free,
waste here,
and the Phoenix.
whether the flagship sails. I have to get back.
Everybody pile on Odin. Well, that's a plus sign. That's the one that gives us rewards, so we're definitely going to take care of that.
Cole said it was an army.
Yeah, for this episode, I think I'll take care of these side quests that we have, and then I'll probably go take care of some of those hunts.
All right, Clive. Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. Tough of that. Speaking of which, I'm actually a bit,
Worried about him. And you want my advice.
afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out on a mission, and he gave me this flashy ring to say thank you. So, obviously, I show it to Blackthorn, thinking he'll be impressed, only for him to go white as a sheet and quiet as a curl instead. Try as I might, I can't for the life of me work out what could have got him upset like that. And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up when you're around, I thought maybe...
You know, blacksmith recipes? 100%.
I'd speak to him again. Well, I suppose there's no point leaving him to stew.
Cheers, Clive.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon as I have a moment.
All right, I'll meet you by the forge then. You come along when you're ready.
We do have a moment. Especially for the resident blacksmith. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Probably just new armor recipes, but given that we have new hunts, I'm sure it all lines up ingredient-wise. Imagine I don't even get a chance to use this sword on the armor I crafted. One down there, that's a plus for our potions too.
Bloody hell, Clive. Not this again.
Not ready for another intervention.
You got better things to do with your time.
That remains to be seen. August tells me he showed you a ring, and that the sight of it clearly upset you. Would you mind telling us why?
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said, then I'm sorry.
It was the ring, right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all. Memories better left forgotten.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn. But sometimes it helps to talk about them.
And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so hard to understand?
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. That
No.
ring you flashed was the work of Zoltan. We apprenticed together, back in the day.
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I? Ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost came to blows. The ring brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment I saw it. Bastard's improved, though. More than I thought possible. That thing's a work of art.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe. What's it matter to you?
It matters because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even half that detailed.
So what?
It's a very
You're an
insecure
armorer, not
blacksmith.
a jeweler.
I'm the Hideaway's master craftsman. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armor keeps you lot safe, and my swords keep you dangerous. As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my heart and soul into my work. Because the curse breakers deserve better than second best. And I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Zoltan.
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit? Learn his secret.
I doubt he'd be too happy to see me.
What's his
Just
problem?
this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride, and focus all your energies on the task at hand. Keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't, and it's going to distract you, we need to do something about it.
What'd you say, Blackthorn? You know he's right. And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then? Zoltan, was it?
In Dravozd, my old village. He won't have left. He's the chief.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Not far from Tabor, right? Just north of the fields of Carava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that. I'll see you there.
Alright, before we head on out, let's grab all the rest of these quests while we're here. May as well get them all done at once. No reason to rush off. Yeah, the plus signs are definitely the ones that give us upgrades. I always confuse it with the chest, because chest to me means loot. That's actually collectibles. Plus sign is the upgrades.
Sid, do you recall the flowers I had you bring back to the yard?
I do.
Vaguely. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of the Morganbeards to take root, but they rarely flower. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe I have a solution.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards with Morbles. I know, but hear me out. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to be maintained by an abundance of nutrient-rich ether drawn from their environs. I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the appendage's wealth of vigor-inducing nutrients might well stimulate the flower to bloom.
So we're off to hunt down some
Endeavor, I
mobiles.
assure you, is scientifically sound. I simply need a vine to prove the theory.
And all you need is a single vine from an ordinary Morble.
That is correct. A single vine. As for the Morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. But, as luck would have it, a most extraordinary specimen is rumored to haunt the swamps of Rosaria. Why, a notice concerning this very creature was only recently posted on the hunt board.
How timely.
Well, I shan't keep you any longer. I know you have much to do, as do I. Now, where did I put my watering can?
Alright. Already got some hunting quests, so definitely going to be taking care of the hunt board today. Now, we just have that one last treasure chest. That's sending us to the hunt board anyway, so just round it all up. Probably chop the episode up. Although I need to see me travel around looking for monsters to kill. Try to minimally edit these videos because I find, at least when I watch Let's Plays, I like seeing the in-betweens. I like seeing the traveling and the world unfold. I try and kind of make these for what I enjoy to watch, and hopefully you guys enjoy the same stuff as me. I suppose if you don't, that wouldn't really pay off much, but I like seeing the in-betweens, and it drives me nuts when people don't read the codexes, so that's why I always read codexes. Because it doesn't hurt to become more eloquent.
And not a moment too soon.
What's happened?
Taya's busy working herself into an early grave. Since the arrival of her latest patient, she's refused to stop, even for a moment.
That guy's heavy with
Tried
curves.
offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary in days. She's pushing herself too hard. And if she doesn't rest soon, will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes. Because if she keeps this up, I fear the Hideaway will be without its best physica before too long.
Caring about your patients is good, but
I know better than to order Taya to do anything.
if you make it your last patient, it won't do the rest of it pretty much good.
I pray you have better luck than I did.
But she also knows what she's doing. Go over there and demand that she drop the patient. Does look like he's on his last legs, though.
Well, Taya, Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, then so am I. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those last few hours.
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy. Alicia. It's the only thing strong enough.
You wouldn't, Taya. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodriguez.
True.
I will.
A lot of times all you can do is
We have all
Small
the
comfort.
ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of Norvent, near Lorbert's Pass. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Thank you, Clive. I won't forget this.
alright. Stamina and some spooters. Let's take a look at this hunt board. I'll read a lot of them since we're gonna get them all done. Alright, carrot. If you should come across a red carrot protruding from the marshes of Three Reeds, do not attempt to pull it from the swampy soil. It is, in truth, another root vegetable entirely. an exotic species of marble that uses a modified carrot-like vine as a lure to draw its prey close, before emerging from the earth and swallowing them whole. A cruel way for nature to turn these times of privation to her advantage. The man in black. The greater part of those black shields who spied on Lostwing were taken by the Ether Flood. However, we have received reports that one yet survives, a zealot of their evil cause who persists in delivering any bearer who strays too close to his hiding place to a gruesome death. Alas, he has heretofore proved more than a match for the Cursebreakers sent to slay him. Dread Comet. The hunters of Tabor speak of a wild chocobo that hunts not only the nearby Badlands but also their dreams, for it exhibits a ferocity rarely seen in the species, and has ripped more than a dozen of their comrades from gizzard to groin and feasted on their flesh. The bird is far past taming. It needs to be put down. Ruin Awakened, or Reawakened. We already read this one in a prior episode, I believe, so we are ready to rock. We got everything we need. Well, this looks like a great place for a mobile to be hiding. I assume this is our first stop. I think I came here way long ago and said that this looks surprisingly like a boss arena. This will be him. Let's see what you got for me, Carrot.
Alright then.
We got that off in time. turrets to drop him for the first stagger runner.
Nice try.
You can.
Too slow.
Let's pay attention to this. There we go. Being a little lazy with him. Should stop that. More attention to that.
I needed that.
Get everything ready for the stagger phase. There we go. And that takes care of a good old carrot. The mobile tendril and the mobile flower.
That was definitely anything but ordinary. Now, let's get this vine back to the yard.
There he is. Of course, it's a cannoneer. Vein of my existence. Yeah. Alright. Alright, let's take a stone skin potion.
Bring out your bearers! Let's breed at my border! Purge them of their sin!
Stop that. There we go. Alright, way less problems with the cannoneer this time. Learning experience from the first time I fought one of those guys. The first one of those I ever fought messed me up.
Your work here is done.
Good riddance. Well, it looks like we run into our chocobo target. Accidentally. Feel kind of bad about killing you after all I've learned about chocobos. But it's for the best.
That's like no chocobo I've ever seen. Something tells me it won't be easily broken.
Well, since there's no stagger bar on him, I guess I can just unload everything constantly. Nice. Yeah, this combo is not as high damage as my other one was, but it sure is fun to use.
Poor beast. There was nothing I could do. You deserve a rest.
Bandit village out in the desert? What is this place?
Kicked out already?
No. This charmer ain't letting anyone through.
Why are the gates closed?
Chief's orders. No one's allowed in without his say-so. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. You look like trouble. I suggest you go home.
Just you kiss my
That's what I'm
ass.
trying to do, you little prick. Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you asked so nicely, I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right.
Well, his tone changed fast.
Don't go starting anything with the chief.
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Go on then.
Much obliged.
Nice place. Kilns in the back.
So this is Dravaged. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Zoltan.
Hey, you ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it. He'll be near the forge on the hill. It was our master's. He'd have inherited it when I left.
The forge on the hill.
Good luck. You'll be needing it.
Well, thanks, Blackthorn.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
You are just what I need.
I have some things for sale.
I hope you do, because I need restocking.
Thank you. Certainly.
I took a lot of sips
Thank
during
you.
those little hunts. This episode has actually been going on a pretty long time already, even with the editing,
Mama,
so I might end up splitting this into 2 parts. We'll see how good.
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out. Before things turn nasty.
Oh, you don't want to go down that road.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
See, all his people are just as crotchety as him.
You take him with you when you leave.
I suggest you don't talk to me like you're my boss.
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off.
You know those people behind you are literally dying to light your
Maybe you're
stupid
struggling
fucking
to find
fire,
your way
right?
out. Ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is.
Oh,
He's not
are
wanted
you upset
here.
that he left you?
And neither are you.
Fuck this guy.
All right. I'm going.
Nah, I would have picked the fight.
Please, Chief.
Clive should have been like, oh, what happens then? What happens when we don't? You gonna show me to the door yourself?
Forges, how are we
Are you
going
too busy with your slaves? Prick.
Shut your hole.
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravozd. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are 2 kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravozd in half had it gone on. So, I left.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravozd prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the
Yeah,
road.
it looks real prosperous.
Till the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
It depends on how you look at it, though.
We're gonna have to go back to regular
Stop being
fires,
other ways
because
of making
we're
fire.
dropping the mother
We
crystals.
manage it in the Deadlands.
No shit, there's
Thanks
no
to
ways.
Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. New crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
You know what I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last.
That's fair.
Clive. Dravozd won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world? The way I see it, it's your decision to make.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge over the rest. And you'd be throwing it away.
All right. Do it. This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing. Dravost will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way, of course. It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans then?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favour and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two, would you, August?
All right then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin.
Come on, Monster
I need
Hunter.
leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand the heat. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Carava.
Time for a spot of hunting, then.
There we go. One extra slice. Thought it was goodbye. Damn, we're like edging on this level up. There we go. Is that 41? Indeed.
I dare say that will be enough for a decent set of bellows.
Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
There should be plenty. Right then, time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Look forward to seeing what you make.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
You didn't have
do,
to
yeah.
kill your slaves and servants to make a fire. This world's dependency on bearers and then the way they treat them is absurd.
Sorry about earlier.
Oh yeah?
I take back everything I said.
Blow it out your ass. Just took the
That
black
thing
phone.
you built us is an honest to God's marvel.
We're never gonna be
You've
friends.
saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
He's standing right next to you, isn't he?
Pet coal cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorn. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the Anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravost needed. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
Well, that's something at least.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
So would I.
I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump and hop and skip on back to the hideaway, turn in what we already completed, and then we'll wrap the episode up. We got too much left to do for me to fit it all into one, I think, even with editing.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltan, that is.
Of course.
See hide nor hair of him.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
Here's your pick call, Cinder.
Pico Cinder. How'd you come by this?
Let's give us the ability to make +3.
And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
Very.
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Huh. Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the Cursebreakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that.
I don't randomly think you're a turncoat now, don't worry.
For forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he?
Indeed.
Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
That's the spirit.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
Ouroboros design draft. That's a belt. What do you have for me, my good friend?
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want?
Well, I'm not seeing any of what I was talking about. Where's my new designs, game?
Anything else?
Is it bugged?
What do I owe the honor? So, what'll it be?
Oh, of course, it's the bottom. We need a stone tongue for that. I have the aracalcum, and we need a stained loincloth. Okay.
Anything else?
Doesn't mind. Oh, where I would get a stained loincloth from? Stone tongue might be from Ruin Reawakened. That's the last hunt we have to do, I think. Go get our potions spruced up a little, and we'll wrap.
Sid, I can't help but notice that your satchel is twitching in a most violent manner.
It's because I have a mobile tongue inside it, or whatever it is.
Here. It's your problem now.
What an amazing specimen. The flesh positively throbs with vitality. If I can successfully graft this to the Morganbeards... When I successfully graft this to the Morganbeards, I suspect the results will be immediate. I shall begin at once.
Well, it looks like it went well.
It is just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken to the blighted soil. How they bloom with heretofore unseen vigor. Why, I dare say such a vine graft would yield similar results when applied to other specimens as well.
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
You've not only helped us, Sid, you've saved us. Do you recall the extract with which I provided you before? I took a moment to distill some more, but this time with the petals from the invigorated Morganbeards. And would you believe? Its potency has nearly doubled. You must accept this vial as thanks for your assistance. The rest, I shall give to Taya.
Thank you indeed. Nearly doubled. You're gonna be sipping. Invigorated Morganbeard extract. If adding the extract of Morganbeard petals to curative or performance-enhancing potions increases their potency, then imagine what adding the extract of Morganbeard petals fortified with the vigor of a marble gripped with madness might do. Maximized. Beautiful. So that's maxed out now, I suppose. Potion Potency Plus. You've obtained a vial of Invigorated Morganbeard extract, further increasing the potency of most consumables. Both potions, high potions, now restore even more HP, while Strength, Stone Skin, and Lionheart tonics last longer. Beautiful. Alright everybody, that is going to be a big old wrap for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, you like what you see, like what you've been watching, then of course there is a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Final Fantasy. Take care everybody, have a great day.